Hello, friends. How's everybody doing on this wonderful Wednesday? I'm doing pretty well. Very tired. Can't tell, Chad. I may have just woken up from a nap. Let me get everything sorted while these fools yell at each other in Discord. Okay, and I also need to do this. Stream announcement. Alright. I'm gonna undeafen myself. Be ready for a tirade of people.
If they're in
Hello,
the
I started
metropolitan
stream.
hub, they small. Hello.
I assume you guys are talking about trivialities.
No, they're very important. Next field trip is going to be to the Target in Central Square.
Oh yeah, that sounds like a time.
It'll be great.
Oh hey,
I can bring
I've got
friggin'
water.
Normu.
My voice is definitely ready to do many weird and wacky things. So, hello everybody, welcome. Wilds. It's been a couple weeks because everybody sucks, and the real final boss of D&D is actually scheduling, and it always has been.
Not my fault. Careful with your
No, it's all Franklin's fault.
Everyone.
It conveniently ended up also not being my fault either.
Mm-hmm.
Because the most important member also couldn't make it that day.
Yeah. That whole business trip thing. I gotta be like an adult sometimes. That shit sucks.
Disgusting.
I know, right?
You and I both know you got drunk.
I specifically did not, but somebody did get fired because of something that happened on the work trip. But I haven't gotten the details yet, but it was after I went to bed. And I do know alcohol was involved.
Hit us back up after you get the rest of the goss.
I've been trying to get the tea, but my ex-supervisor, because I got moved to a different team, hasn't been in the last couple days, and I haven't been able to be like, nudge, nudge, what happened?
Damn.
Yeah. But yeah, so that person got fired. Oh man. All right. Who wants to do an in-character rundown of the last session for a hero point? You're all chomping at the bit, except Weatherwax. Weatherwax did it last time.
I thought Franklin did it last time.
Wait, did Franklin do it last time?
I don't remember.
I did.
I
Okay,
know.
Franklin did it last time. Franklin's excluded.
I don't remember where last time started.
Okay. Well then, you're all canceled, and I'll do it. Last time on Star Wilds, you guys had infiltrated the ship, but as different people with the help of the brooches that were given to you. You were hiding as crew members upon the ship while trying to avoid any sort of contact with yourself. Luckily, as you were grouping up for the night to discuss your plan, or unluckily as it were, Weatherwax showed up, which was not at all confusing when Weatherwax and Weatherwax were having conversations with themselves. So it was pretty great. Long story short, after many plans had been made, Franklin was contacted by the goblin woman hiding nearby and said, "Hey, I think I can help." And everyone's like, "Oh yeah, the goblin lady's 10 feet to our right and has been this whole time." Come to find out that the goblin lady is actually a very powerful scion who not only travels this universe, but has the ability to kind of cast her mind through the time ways. She offered to assist you guys, allowing you to hide in her pocket dimension that had been made on the ship, and kind of guard you from view as the festivities happened around you. So you were able to hide as the ship was boarded again, crew was killed, You guys were killed, and she was taken away. After hiding for a good amount of time, the coast was clear and you all left the hiding spot to take over the ship. There was no crew left alive. They were all murdered. However, something very interesting happened. Weatherwax noticed that there were time mushrooms growing on all of the people that were died, at least most of them. I believe Onos was like, ooh, time mushroom, and touched it, and then was frozen for a little while. You managed to get all of the bodies off the ship, and thanks to Weatherwax's weatherwaxness, she was able to pilot the ship to the nearest port, which I believe is Blackguard Bay. After arriving at Blackguard Bay, there was a small, how do I say, kerfuffle between everybody as everyone was like, no, I'm the captain now. And don't think we really landed anywhere on that. So
Oh, when I said I was the captain. That's two votes.
that's 2 votes. Weatherwax is the captain.
Fuck yes. God said I was the captain.
And you decided that, hey, it's time to find a crew. You asked the merchant, Drakgar, who had... actually, you were pointed to the merchant Drakgar by the dockmaster who came up to collect his fee. And he also pointed you to the nearby tavern. I believe you entered the tavern. The tavern itself was quite expansive. Seemed to be about probably 5 or 6 times the size of a normal tavern, both in width and height. It is a large section carved out of this asteroid that you've landed on. Let me flip on over here. That is not right. Don't look at that, chat. Everybody close your eyes. I have to fix something. Window capture. It's not right. There we go. Yes, you landed on the Blackguard port, or starport, and you're now in the giant tavern. It's carved out of this asteroid. And I believe that's where we ended.
I opted to stay on the ship.
You did opt to stay on the ship to make sure no ruffians attempted to abscond with your new ship, which may or may not have been a smart idea.
Either way, I will be transcribing things into my spell book. So.
All right. So I believe the other 4, other 3, Franklin, Onos, and Chirp, all entered the tavern. Let me change up. Actually, I have some tavern music here. Let me see if that comes through.
Chirp. Onos, what's our gold situation looking like? Because I'm a little light in the pockets. Would like a drink.
Yeah, trying to find a note. I got a little bit. You want a drink?
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I'll buy you a drink.
Buy me a drink. You strapping young man.
You all enter the tavern.
Yeah, I'll buy you a drink.
The air itself in here is not the freshest. It's actually filled with a lot of smoke. The smell of cheap ale fills the air as you... Oh, yep, I've got that on. As you guys find an open table, there are swaths of tables. Some of them pushed close together, some spaced farther apart. You can see various races sitting at different tables. As you sit down, you see way across the tavern, one of the barmaids begins to head your way. And as she's moving through the tavern, you notice that one of the larger lizard gentlemen kind of grabs her and pulls her in. And you can see she's struggling to get away. And as she kind of pulls away from him, he gets up to follow her. And you see the barman kind of point in his direction. And a red dot jumps from his fingertip into the large lizard man, who immediately disintegrates. And the barmaid walks over to you. Sorry about that. What can I do for you?
Get me and this guy a beer.
Any preference?
No, not really.
Okay.
Do you have pints?
Well, yeah,
They have pints?
of course. She walks away,
Is that what you want?
returning momentarily with 2 pints of dark ale.
Well, there we
Nice. And I tip her 5 copper.
Okay.
Is
go.
that
We gotta cheers to it, Franklin.
well, I only have 15 copper, so.
The beer itself is 2 copper. So,
Okay, so
I'll
yeah,
buy
5
it.
copper would be a great tip. So I give her the 5 copper, seeing how clearly I need to respect the bar maiden.
she smiles at you and collects her payment. And Onas?
Yeah, I pay.
Okay. He takes your payment and walks away. Chirp, Franklin, and Onosh, you're sitting at a table.
Well, we need to go find some troops. You guys see anybody that looks trustworthy?
Find some what?
Some people for our ship.
Right, a crew. A crew.
Yeah.
I'll take a look over to the table on my left, and I'll take a look at the table on my right. What kind of folk do I see hanging about?
It's a great question.
Do I see potentially like maybe a tight knit group? Like, do I see, or is it all just kind of random?
It's pretty random. Let me check. There's the skills page. I gotta remember how to move around this thing. Give me a society check.
Ooh, and while I'm doing the society check, do I see any Balazar like emblems?
Oh, yes.
etc.?
You see lots of Balazar, lots of Rockburn emblems, a couple of Menders. Not very, very sparsely, you see Peacekeepers. So 25. Looking around, you notice that there are some people here that might make a good crew. Maybe a couple people here, a couple people there. So as you are you going to start approaching people?
Should we approach them together?
Yeah. I mean, I'll do the talking, but or maybe you should do the talking.
Either
But we
one.
should definitely go together, because I won't win fights if they just start a fight.
All right, we go together.
So the three of you get up and you begin to walk to different tables. You reach the first table and you inquire about, hey, we're looking to build a crew. And, a couple of them are like, no, we've already got a crew. Or, nah, I'm already signed on to this ship for the season. As you go to your second table.
Do anyone view my pimp outfit?
Oh, no, yes. There have been many looks upon you. Most with, hey, this guy's probably got money.
10 copper.
As you approach the
Franklin's
second
gonna get murdered.
table.
What?
Go ahead, WeatherX.
I just said Franklin's gonna get mugged.
No, of course not.
They get 10 copper.
As you approach the second table, the barmaid comes up behind you. And, oh, excuse me. She looks at you, Franklin.
Oh, you're excused. And like I'll step to the side and like with the hand out, like
No, I'm sorry.
You may pass.
If you're looking to recruit, you have to go talk to the barman first.
I see. Well, what is the barman's name?
Oh, you can call him Steven.
Oh, let's go talk to Steven.
What color was the energy that came out of his finger?
Red.
I walk up to the bar. Is the bar tall? Yeah, the bar. I assume the bar is tall.
Yes,
right?
it's
Like,
normal human size.
I climb up into the chair.
As one should.
Yep. And then I'll kind of not stand in the chair, but like as high as I can, and like lean over. Steven, sir. And I'll snap my fingers to get his attention.
As you approach the bar and sit down and call out Steven's name, Steven turns around. Steven is a very lithe human. He has a very large mustache. His outfit is actually garish. It is a smattering of different colors, yellows and blues. He's wearing different sashes, and his ears are pierced in 100 different places. And he spins around on the balls of his feet and looks directly at you. Well, hello, good sir.
Hello.
How can I help you?
Franklin Fumbletoad. Oh, well, I heard you were the man to talk to for a crew.
Oh, yes. If you're looking to recruit in here, you have to buy a recruiting license.
What now?
A recruiting license if you wish to recruit in my tavern.
Ah, I see. No problem. I have my accountant here will peruse that for me. Chirp, you're up.
So I just kind of summon some fire into my palm, and I just ask him like professional, try to talk some shop, because I'm like, how'd you get that to get so thin? Like, how'd you get the laser beam thing? Like, I can do this thing, and I like show that I can make like a 10-foot diameter column without burning anything, but I'm like, but how'd you get it that small? Like, it's like a finger.
As you're holding the flame out, he like whirls his hands around, like your column of flame 10 feet high. He whirls his hands around, and the flames jump from you into his hand, and he collapses them down into 3 balls and begins to juggle them. Wow, I spent a lot of time with the circus friend. And then he slams them together and they dissipate.
Yep, so we're friends.
Now, as for that license, so 1 low time fee of 5 gold.
I ask him if there's on top of the license, is there a crew he would recommend that we don't have to worry about knives in our sleep?
Oh, that's for you to decide, friend. I might be able to send a couple people your way that have been asking for a new crew, but whoever you pick, that's on you.
So, yeah, I'll easily slide him the 5, and then throw in another 5 for the professional courtesy of, we have no idea who the fuck any of these people are, but we don't want to die in our sleep.
He takes the 10 gold, gives you a wink, and slides a piece of paper across to you that just says, license.
I just pass it off to Franklin.
Oh,
So
let's
sad
see
I didn't get to
here.
meet this man.
And I, while they're having their conversation, I'm gonna be like, reading it the best I can.
It just says license. It's 1 word.
Oh. What?
He also slides
You have a quill.
a piece of wood across and says, there's your sign. Feel free to set up at any table.
Oh.
I assume you know what to do with that, right?
No.
Well, I assume you have a magician or something on your crew at this point. I mean, you drove your ship here, right?
Yes, they're on the
Just
ship.
use a little boof and like glitter fills the air. Prestidigitation!
Oh, I can do that spell. So I'll press Prestidigitation the wood block to spin around.
He watches it spin around. You're supposed to put your crew name on the sign.
Oh. Okay.
First time?
Crew name. Crew name. Onas, what's the crew name?
I don't know. What is it?
We haven't picked one.
Come up with something.
Fucking go off, champs.
I don't see you doing much better.
I'm just here.
So be
He's
quiet.
directly not here.
The Franklin's Brigades.
I don't like that name. That's not the
Okay,
name of it. He was just kidding.
As you guys are starting to bicker over the name, he kind of waves you away as other
Timekeepers.
people move up to the bar.
We can take that name. We can take that name.
What is it?
Whatever Franklin just said.
I said timekeepers. I was trying to think of something timey.
Timekeepers?
Timey-wimey. Timey-wimey.
Oh my god.
Timey.
The tiny
Wimey.
whimies.
The timey-wimey crew, huh?
Very well.
It smells like magic.
No. This is great.
Everything just tasted purple. Where did...
It doesn't taste purple.
Okay, we're gonna open it over here.
Timey-wimey. I'll press this blah blah. Prestidigitation.
Prestidigitate?
Like a burn mark on the wood
Okay.
that looks like a brand, you know, on wood.
What's the symbol for your crew?
Timey-wimey. An hourglass.
Fair enough. Let me open
Hell
Star
yeah.
Wild. Okay, so you go over to a table and set up your little pink. Got your little sign that says "Timey-wimey" with a little hourglass underneath it. All right. So the first person that approaches you, he walks up to your stall and looks you up and down and walks away.
That's fucked up.
People kind of give you side eyes as they walk by. And then you are approached by a goblin. However, this goblin, from the leg or knees down, his feet are ethereal. And you notice that as the asteroid that you're on kind of sways a little bit with the currents of the astral sea that you're near, his body moves, but his ghostly ethereal legs do not, which kind of gives him the appearance of kind of moving in space. He walks up to you guys. You looking for a first mate?
Yeah?
No, our first mate is on the ship, but we're looking for some crews.
I'm not fair, but I'm mad and I don't know why.
You're mad?
I'm the
Is that-
captain.
you already have a first mate, someone to take care of.
Yes, sorry. No, our captain is on the ship, and our first mate is this angry fellow over here.
He looks at Chirp. You all kind of strike me as more of the adventuring type. Am I wrong?
His verbiage is just a little bit off. We are looking for a first mate.
Okay, yeah. I assume you're looking for someone to maybe, handle the day-to-days of the ship and the crew and, stuff like that.
Oversee the repairs in the dock.
Yeah. He nods as you're saying that.
Yeah.
Okay, well, he kind of holds his hands out. I've served on quite a few ships. I might say I'm something of a cannon enthusiast, and I've only ever had 2 accidents.
How many fingers does he have?
All of them. He's got all his fingers.
Enough.
Do you have any what do you call it? Fuck. God damn it. Do you have any references?
Well, my last crew died, and I hobbled our ship here. So not right now, but I'll tell you this. 1, I'm really good with cannons. 2, I'm really good at fighting. And 3, I'm really good at fighting.
So, I don't mean to call out the obvious, and I kind of just twirl air around his ethereal feet. I was like, is this gonna help or hinder?
Oh, you're talking about my
us
sea legs.
Recruiting any other members of a crew?
Oh, see, you've never seen a pair of sea legs before. Yeah, no, they anchor me in place. So while we're out and about, I don't really have to use them. And he kind of like wiggles his nubs at you, but the feet stay planted and he stays anchored in place. I'm more than good for anything you could need.
What are your rates?
Well, I'm a pretty good first mate if I do say so myself. I could probably get us a crew for probably about a gold a head per day. I'm gonna charge 2 gold for me.
How far are we trying to go?
Or sorry, a gold per week. 2 gold per week for him. And you notice that there's a...
So, 8 a month for him, and 4 per person for each other member of our crew. I just don't know what the mental math is for how many crew members we need.
So outside of game,
since we started this conversation, we'd have to be like, "Hey, this is the type of ship we have. What do you need for us?"
Right. So the first mate will take care of hiring other crew members. So outside of game, I'm gonna explain this a little bit here. Your ship is a 2nd generation ship. It's a smaller ship, but it's faster. You will need 10 crew members plus the first mate to fully run your ship. That would mean that your ship is fully functional and capable with you guys off of it. Meaning that if you have to do an away party, you guys can leave and trust that your ship can defend itself, hold its own if something were to come up.
So that's 48 gold a month.
Give or take. I will also say there's a queue kind of forming behind the goblin of other people that seem like they might want this role as well.
So we should
resumes.
I push a piece of parchment over with a quill. I said, well, but put your name down and your contact information, and we'll get back to you.
He takes the quill from you and writes Plex, Plex. And as for contact information, he looks around and says, "I gotta be at that table over there," and walks away.
At the table over there.
You interview a couple other people. No one really stands out to you. A couple of humans, a couple of lizard people, a couple of gnomes, but nobody's really kind of fit in the bill you're looking for. You're not getting the vibes. Until an elven woman steps up. She is covered in gray scales that look like stone. She's carrying a wooden staff that has it looks like an eye at the top of it that's constantly like peering around and watching. And she bows to you as she approaches. "Hello. Are you looking for a first mate?"
Mm-hmm.
I lean over to Onas. What eye do we look at?
I don't know. Just look behind her. Yeah, we're looking for the first mate.
Very well. What kind of ship are you?
Yo, what'd you say it was again?
A 2nd generation ship. A little faster. And a little
I
smaller.
care not for the
Shooter
generation.
type deal.
What is your mission? Do you explore? Are you looking to maybe find out mysteries of the universe, things like that. She smiles.
Pretty much.
That's
About right.
That's a little too on the nose.
Oh,
That'll do.
Could just be a weird magic lady.
I do so love exploring.
I'm interested in the scales. You said she's gray, because mine went alabaster after one of the level ups when he became.
So hers are stone scales. Elves in this world, depending on the world that they've terraformed, take on different properties. She is from one of the planets near Zelfin. And so she's taken on the stone scales of the environment that she terraformed or grew up on.
What was the name? What was her name again?
You haven't asked.
What was your name again?
You can call me Ellie.
Ellie?
You can see that her staff carved into it has a mender's mark.
Okay. How much do you charge, Ellie?
Oh, I would charge 2 gold per week. But I will tell you, if you're looking for exploring and finding new planets and checking out ruins of ancient civilizations, you'll find no one better. I'm a very powerful druid. I can make air. She kind of waves her staff in the air around you, parts, and you get a fresh breath of air. And I can do many other things, especially with stone. And as she hits her staff on the ground, you notice that a small wall forms around you and the rest of your table, blocking you off from everyone's view. And she hits it again and drops down.
She cool.
So now that just makes me wonder what she could do with access to the elemental plane of air. Because I literally am just a gate.
Who knows? Could be sort of a symbiotic relationship you guys could have. She bows. If you wish to contact me, I will be in the bar for the rest of the night.
Hey,
Would you be willing to fulfill a role that isn't first mate?
Oh, no, thank you. I've done my time as a cabin girl.
Yeah, I kind of just arch my brow ridge at that comment.
She winks at you and walks away. Finally, you are, again, people are coming up, they're talking to you, they're trying to schmooze you. Some people, you're like, okay, you're writing down a couple of names here or there, but as more people come up, you kind of rethink the previous names and you cross them out, and you're like, oh, they don't really seem good. The last person to approach you is a human, standing about little under 6 feet tall. He's clad in form-fitting leathers. You notice that there are hand crossbows attached to his belt, as well as a saber. His hair is long and golden, going down almost to the small of his back. And you can tell the way he moves, he's obviously been on ships most of his life. And he does a large courtly bow, which does not at all seem insulting. It seems totally genuine. Salavar Vayore, at your service. And he stands up. Here you're looking for a first mate.
Yeah?
Well, not to oversell myself, but I was born on a ship and I've spent most of my life on it. You'll find no one better. I'm great at keeping a crew's spirit up. Great at talking my way out of bad situations, and he gives you a charming smile. And in a pinch, I could even drive the ship.
Wow. For how much?
I don't charge very much. 2 gold a week. I think that's more than fair.
Do you have any other abilities besides your apparent affinity with the saber and crossbow?
Well, good sir. Good kobold, sir, he says. Let's just say I've been around, and there might be a few ports that are open to me that might not be open to others. He writes his name on the list and says, I will be at the bar drinking if you wish to hire me.
What's your opinion on fey creatures?
Fey creatures? I've met a few in my travels. They can be wily and tricksy, but he gives that disarming smile again. If you know how to talk to them, they can be good friends.
You said it was Vioric?
Vioric.
I have a quick question. As far as ship Ari.
What's up?
Is it a safe assumption that if someone is able to pilot the ship, that they can also charge up the crystal, or are those like two fully separate skill sets, and that's not like an acceptable assumption?
So typically, ships do require you to have magic ability to charge the crystal. However, depending on the ship, if it has like magical thrusters, that requires usually magic to activate them. However, if you have a rigging or a solar sail like you do, other people can, if they have the skills, maneuver with the solar sail.
Got you. Okay. So just because he can sail doesn't necessarily mean that he could charge.
Correct.
But like the previous person has magic because druid, so like that is a safe assumption that she can help.
Potentially.
Okay, cool.
So, as Salivar gives you one final courtly bow, he walks away. So, outside of character, you have 3 first mates to choose from. These are just the 3 first mates that you're encountering in the game. You will be able to encounter more as you land in other places. Some ports may have a cavalcade of them. As you become more well-known, you will obviously have more people come and, try and become your first mate. You can also upgrade your first mates. I will explain that as we come to that. But with these 3 first mates, the goblin first mate, he is very skilled in combat. He is great with cannons. Because of his temperament and how he is, that will affect your crew. Your crew will want to fight, loot, plunder. Not necessarily evil people or good people. You don't have to become pirates, but your crew is going to want to do that. And if you don't do that frequently, your crew is going to lose morale. His bonuses: if he is your first mate, when you are engaged in ship-to-ship combat, your ships, once per turn, you will be able to do a double fire of the cannons because of how good he is at loading and doing stuff like that. The penalty for having him as a first mate is he is very jumpy, and he is more than willing to make the first or throw the first punch in a fight. So if he feels like something's not going right, he might be willing to order the crew to, board a ship, blow it up, do what he has to do. Ellie, the druid, is phenomenal if you're looking for someone who wants to explore. If you're looking to land on random planets, asteroids, trying to find, ancient ruins, things like that. Outside of combat, she will almost always know of good locations to go to that will have better loot, better opportunities. Unfortunately,
You said she was a part of the Menders Guild?
she is associated with the Menders Guild, meaning that if you have interactions with the Menders Guild and you have her as your first mate, you are more favored by them. If you have had negative reputation with them before, which you guys have not, she could help smooth that over. Plex is not associated with the guild currently. However, again, will affect your crew. Your crew is really going to want to go and push the reaches of space. We're talking sail the astral sea as far as it can go. We're talking landing on random places, cataloging new creatures, trying to capture them alive, things like that. If you do not engage in these sort of activities, your crew will lose morale. She is also an elf, a stone elf specifically, which in and of itself will carry certain benefits on the ship. She is a druid, so she can make fresh air. She can help charge the crystal, and if it came down to it, she may even be able to activate the magical thrusters that are on the ship. So that's some of her bonuses. Salavar Viorek. He will charm your pants right off. He is phenomenal at keeping your crew's morale high just in general. So he doesn't really come with sort of push to go in one direction or the other. And your crew, if you want to, do this thing one day, that thing the other, he's really good at keeping them going. He's very charming. So he might be able to help smooth out situations with other ships or other captains that you might not even had the chance to talk through just because he's well-traveled. He's been on a lot of ships. He might not be super well-known, but you might bump into people that do know him since he's served on so many ships. The penalty is Salavar Viorek has a past. And that may or may not come back to bite you if you pick him as your first mate.
He also alluded to some underworld connections.
Yes. So Salavar Viorek is not 100% associated with the Balazars, but he does have a fleeting association with them. That being said, he also does have access to some pirate ports. Blackguards is not a pirate port. It is a free port. There is a difference. Free ports, anybody can land at, but you still got to kind of keep the peace. Hence, there are peacekeepers here. Pirate ports are a little rougher, and you gotta kind of know someone to know where they're at or even how to get in. But they can carry black market goods. That's where you can offload black market goods and potentially find new and maybe even risky upgrades to your ship.
If there's any world in which you guys pop back by the ship before choosing, I have thoughts.
I would hope that they would go do that, right, crew?
Yeah. I was going to have us discuss, because I had notes on everybody that was pretty much what you broke down, except for their specific abilities, like their bonus.
And in hindsight, too, after each person left, I let them know that, hey, we're going to go discuss this with our captain. We'll be back. I assume they're going to be here drinking for a while. As sailors do.
As sailors do.
The two... I'm not very interested in the first guy. The two specific points that I think are relevant for the other two options are for Piratable Boy. We do have a ship with a bunch of goodies that presumably have to be offloaded in not the most above board way. So he'd be convenient for that. And then the Druid Lady, I can charge the crystal. I am not the most abundant in spell slots. So like charging the crystal up leaves me like pretty tapped, and it'd be very nice.
Does it require spell slots, or does it?
Yes.
I can do magic as well. I just don't know if I can do the
It's specifically arcane that you have to be able to do.
So
I have a lot of arcane, and you told me I could.
Your magic works differently. Your magic comes from the coins.
Would the druid can do it though?
Let me double check.
Or is she a cold? Because if she cannot help me charge the crystal, I lose a good amount of my reason for being interested in her.
Assuming this is just us discussing on the ship what to do. I'm not so keen on the goblin. I think he would be more of a hindrance than anything. The other two.
I mean, we know he's a survivor.
True.
I just don't know that he's really shoring up any weaknesses for us.
Personally, this is Franklin talking. I kind of like the druid. I'm keen on discovering new places. I could definitely use some new ingredients I haven't tried before. Well, not as much as this guy over here.
So the druid cannot help you charge, but she can, in a pinch, activate the magical thrusters, as can Chirp.
Which is the equivalent of the last guy being able to pilot in a pinch, yes?
Yeah, I could help with thrusters, and he could steer.
Yeah, he can
if you were out.
fully sail the ship.
Okay, so she's double dipping on a thing Chirp can already do. Versus other guy is actually its own. Okay. I mean, yeah, I don't.
So the question
Do
is,
something a
are we
little
going
smooth.
full pirate? Or are we going half-assed pirate?
We don't have to go. We
So-
don't have to do those things. It's just kind of allowing us the option, and then also we don't have to be so worried about like appeasing the crew
I
and
don't,
kind of choosing what we want to do.
I don't like to judge people, often, but I was the whole reason the elf met me was because my restaurant was destroyed by pirates. I'm not super keen on the last guy, but I won't judge him. He could be a good guy. I don't know.
Okay, but what if we're pirates?
I mean, I hate to break it to you.
Remember when I was mad that y'all
Franklin.
stole from what's his
Yeah,
face?
I like the idea of being a pirate. I'm not gonna lie. I was with
I'm gonna
that
be
idea.
praying a lot more. Is all I'm gonna say.
I hate to break it to you, Franklin, but I'm pretty sure you're decked out in stolen clothing.
Not stolen, left behind.
Listen, I'm fine with being the
I
pirate.
didn't hurt
That sounds
anyone to
great.
get this.
I know we just got this ship, but we're gonna need a bigger ship for the horde.
See, that's where I'm
I'm
at.
just saying.
I will leave it for y'all to decide.
I mean,
Weatherwax, you may go with them back to the bar to pick up the crew. I will stay behind to watch the ship, and I would like to use that time, DM, to look at that insurance policy that I got previously.
Oh my god. Yeah, I don't know if they were gone. I don't know how long they were gone in the tavern for.
It was probably we did like what 6 interviews, so you're
you
probably
did a bunch of
talking
interviews, so you're
40.
probably gone for a couple hours.
Okay.
So, Leatherwax.
So one who's good to fight, or one who's just gonna make our day-to-day lives easier.
I'd rather have day-to-day lives easier, boy.
There we go. And then
First
Onas,
guy
I just
seems
asked Onas, like,
stressful.
Onas, what do you think?
I mean, whatever's gonna make me more money.
I mean, he's definitely gonna make us more money.
So let's go with that guy.
Very well.
But we should know though. Like
We're gonna
me and Onas should know.
Yeah, we know.
We're like, we know he has a past. Like we all know this guy's gonna have a past.
I was gonna
right?
say, since Franklin is giving me the opportunity
Well, I know
to go
me
back,
and Chirp know for sure.
I
Yeah.
do wanna I'd like to kind of just get an insight check on the two we're considering
Okay.
when I go back, since I haven't actually met these people.
You don't really need to roll anything. You go over and talk with Plex. He looks at you and like, oh, hey. And he points at your legs, and then he points at his legs and kind of gives you a little thumbs up.
I give him a little thumbs up, and I kind of nod at him, but in a stiff-faced way. Like, okay, this guy.
And then you find Salivar's drinking at a table with quite a few other people. and they're playing a game of cards, and you can tell that he's kind of captured everyone's attention as he's telling a story, and he's like building up the tension, and he's like leaning in, and everyone's watching him, and then as you guys approach, he quickly slams his hands down on the table, and everyone jumps, and then uproarious laughter, and then he like gets up and kind of holds his hands up and nods his head and does a little bow and walks over to you guys. Hello, have you made a decision?
Hey, Leatherwax. I'm the captain.
The captain, I assume.
Yes.
He gives you a nice courtly bow, and again, it just seems very genuine.
I do believe we have come to a decision. And we'd like to offer you the position of first mate.
I promise you this will not be a poor decision. Now, if I'm not mistaken, you're looking for a whole crew? It seems like you have a couple people with you. Would you like me to find... Can I come see your ship first? See how many people we need?
Yeah, we also
Certainly
have
seems
some,
reasonable.
Yeah, we also have some goods. We'd probably like you to see what you could do with while we're here.
He just taps his nose a couple times and winks at you. I think I can find a buyer.
And off we go.
All right. You all make your way back to the ship. You kind of chit-chat, and you can tell Salivar doesn't really like dead air. So as you're walking, he's like talking and, telling stories and like, oh yeah, I remember over there we did this. And as he walks by the crystal, he kind of pats it and it's like, He's just kind of generally upbeat, very energetic. As he sees the ship, he kind of looks it up and down. Okay. What is this? Second generation race line. Seems like it's been fitted with solar sails. Do you know if it comes with the thruster upgrade?
I assume I know that from that really good piloting roll I
It
rolled.
does.
Is it a yes? I say, yeah, it does actually.
Oh, nice. Seems like you guys didn't skimp out on this at all. And as he is looking around the deck, he notices a giant Balazar symbol carved into the mast, and he walks over to it. We keeping that?
That's a negative.
Roger that.
Oh, no, I think that can go.
We're getting rid of that.
Say no more.
So yeah,
It'll be gone before you know. All right. So he's looking around. He goes over and pulls some of the rigging. I'm gonna take a quick dip below deck real quick, and he runs down and pops back up a minute later. Okay.
If he pops into the kitchen where I'm hanging out,
He pops his head in.
I lock the spices.
Oh my gosh.
You what?
like that.
Franklin's prejudiced.
Oh,
Yeah.
We're gonna have a talk.
he walks in and sees you, and
Make it very clear that I don't trust.
right. So it's
So
very clear you
we
don't
learned
trust him, and he
Franklin
looks you up and
did
down. Friend, I don't want us to get off on the wrong foot. Is there a problem?
No. But what would you like for dinner?
Cook me your favorite dish.
Okay.
Very well.
Fair.
And he nods at
Done.
you.
Side note, how do I spell this guy's name?
Salavar. Salavar.
Nice.
All right. He pops down to the hold real quick. He comes back up on the main deck. Kind of brushes his hands off, brushes a little bit of dust off of him. Well, friends, that stuff at the hold, nothing's illegal. He looks at you guys, right? Is there maybe other stuff?
I definitely need to get a chance to talk to this guy.
Not to our knowledge.
Okay. Just to get a good feel around the ship, is there maybe a space somewhere? He kind of tilts his head.
So can we? So I know me and Onas, we have a high thievery. I'm not sure if he does. Can we thieves cant him? Yeah, we got it.
Yeah, so you start to thieves
Can we
cant,
try it?
which, you're like, oh, yeah, no, this is a totally normal fry ship. Throwing out random words that wouldn't make a lot of sense to other people. But he's nodding along with it, and he's like, I gotcha. And there's nothing there right now?
Nope.
That's
Okay.
None of the other rooms are
Then
occupied.
you guys take the rest of the night off. I will get the mast fixed. I'll get those goods sold, and I'll get us a crew.
So we'll pass him. Obviously, we're gonna have to pass him some gold. So
Yeah. Well, he's like, oh, don't worry about it. Keep your gold. First week's payment will be the end of the week.
well, shit. Okay.
I ask him and make sure because I don't. What is the provision situation on the ship at the moment?
So you guys were traveling for a while, but you had essentially double the provisions you needed to make it there and back. So right now you could probably be on the ship for about another month before you'd have to worry about restocking.
Did we have a general idea of the length of time to reach our planned destination?
Since you had to stop in Blackguard Bay, you are about a week or so away from the coordinates you were going to. So you could get there and back without running out of food.
Oh, okay, sweet, cool.
Okay, perfect.
So
I
we
still have everything. I
Don't
need.
payment at the end of the week. I certainly hope they pay their crew, or this is going to be bad.
Make sure to let
Hate to see him keel hauled on the first week. Sorry, one more time, guys.
Oh, we would just let him know the provision situation and where our destination, the rough idea of where our destination, how far out.
He nods up and down. Okay. Seems like we have enough provisions then. I won't worry about picking up more. I'll just worry about getting what we got sold.
If you see anything interesting, go ahead and pick it
He
up.
looks you up and down.
He means
Interesting.
food-wise.
Food-wise. Gotcha.
Food-wise.
I'll
Food-wise.
repeat what he.
I'm too innocent.
I'm gonna repeat what Franklin says and wink at him.
Look at me. Entirely culinary.
Could I ask him to see if he could find one of the smaller bags of holding? Because I wouldn't know where to look here.
Bag of holding? Small bag of holding?
I'm gonna look. Say the same thing Franklin said and wink at him.
One bag of holding, one anything special, and one anything special. Gotcha. He gives you another bow. Salivai Bionic at your service.
Yo, who picked this guy? They picked the right guy.
So, your first mate has given you the rest of the evening off. As a crew, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna continue.
I would like to immediately go to Weatherwax and show her our crew name and logo.
Yeah,
I mean,
so
I like
we're
the
gonna
logo.
we're gonna have to rechristen the ship, I guess.
Ooh, I do have I think there was some red wine downstairs. I think you're supposed to crack a bottle on a new ship.
Sounds reasonable to me.
Make the what do you say? Timekeeper's crew. Make it the timekeeper's promise.
What about
Tiny
Ooh,
wine.
what about stolen time?
Ooh.
Time bandits.
Or maybe borrowed time. I
Ooh.
quite like borrowed
Borrowed
time.
time.
Borrowed
myself.
time.
Borrowed time.
So we're the timey-wimey crew on the borrowed time. I like it. Let me write this down so I don't forget it. Crew borrowed time. All right.
How many do I expect for the crew?
I think 10
10.
more.
10 plus Salivar, plus yourselves. So I think that's a total of 15 if my math isn't wrong.
Okay, 15 people approximately.
But yeah, I'm gonna continue transcribing spells into my spell book.
Okay.
I
So you
found
do know
the roll for that earlier today, and then
You
I lost
don't
the
have to
page.
transcribe the spells into your own spell book. You can just use multiple spell books. You know that, right?
But but there's a rule for borrowing a
Spell book.
spell from not your spell book, and you have to roll to prep it.
Ah, I see.
And I don't have to roll every day if I just have it in my own spell book.
Fair enough. Okay. So, Weatherwax is going to spend the evening transcribing Dak's spellbook into her own. Salivar. Onas, Franklin, Chirp, what are you guys going to get up to?
I think I want to just go walk around the city tonight, see if anything cool's going on.
Walk around the city at night. Sounds like a plan. Anybody going with him?
Sounds like something I do anyways. I mean, shit.
Nobody going with him?
No, I got nerd shit to do.
Fair enough. Franklin, what are you doing for the evening?
Cooking up a storm for our first voyage on our own ship.
Sounds good. Chirp.
Yeah, I'll go with them just to keep them at it.
Sounds good. Franklin, you want to give me a performance check for your cooking?
Come back to me. I had something for this, and then I need to find
All right,
it.
take your time. Chirp and Onox, you decided to go walk around the greater Blackguard area here. You notice that the docks themselves are pretty busy. Lots of people moving around, loading and offloading goods. At one point, you kind of pass Salivar, who's talking with the dockmaster. And he gives you a little nod, and you guys give him a little wave. You notice that there are a few, I wouldn't call them necessarily alleyways, but little tunnels and like magma tubes that have been drilled or were naturally formed in the caverns of this asteroid here. So you begin to maybe wander down a couple of those looking for, I don't know, just
I mean, it's
they're gonna get in a fight.
open or
Remember, in
free
D&D?
for it, but do they got something for entertainment? Do they got a boxing thing, a wrestling ring?
Okay, so you're looking for some form of entertainment?
Yeah.
Okay. So, you, as you're walking around the docks, you kind of stop people that might look like they know that sort of thing. Like, hey, you know, you end up stopping this very large orc. I'm talking like 7.5 feet tall, built like a brick shit house. And, Onas, you walk up to him and he looks down at you. Hello, little one.
Hello, big one.
What can I do for you? You are in my way.
I'm just looking for something fun to do.
What do you think is fun?
I don't know, you got any ideas?
He looks you up and down. He reaches out a hand and like pushes your shoulder a little bit. And give me a constitution check.
I'm not trying to butt.
No.
No, I would literally, I'm 100%, once I got that Titan wrestler thing, I'm trying to interject in the, oh, we want to go, we want to play, especially if it's convict.
Oh, is it slash
Yeah, you gotta do a
roll?
slash roll. 1d20 plus 2. 11. So you kind of stagger back a little bit. I don't know what my games would be for you, little one. He looks over at you.
I'm just gonna glance over at Chirp.
Okay, yeah. You both look over at Chirp. Chirp is like vibrating with energy right now. He's like, me, do me next. So the guy looks at you very askance, but then attempts to push you sideways. Give me a constitution check. 22. Oh, that's fucking Weatherwax. Get out of here. I'm rolling for bullshit. I didn't tell you to roll for anything.
Well, I went and found how to learn a spell, and I found the DCs. And I figured it was faster than if I sat here and rambled off.
That's fair.
We're doing athletics.
Assuming I have 6 hours
athletics is fine.
collectively, I
Wait,
can.
Or
wait,
fortitude.
that's fucked up. I should have been allowed to do that.
Okay, give me an athletics, Onas.
No, it's already
different
done.
ones.
It's okay.
Okay.
Just continue.
Look, you gotta ask questions. I'm not perfect. Nat 20. So, you see Chirp take a wide stance. He's like, oh yeah. And so this giant orc goes to push him. And he doesn't move. Not only does he not move, the orc's hand stops immediately. And the orc kind of pushes as hard as he can, and the orc's feet slide back like an inch. And he's like, now you're gonna be good.
Hey, I'm better than I look.
He looks at you. There's also betting.
Alright, never mind. You can
That's what I
play.
figured. He points over into like one of the corners. Follow that road. I'll take you where you want to go.
Well, Herp, you want to go?
Yeah, like I've already started
figured
the
you wanted
Chirp's
to go.
already gone.
backpack. Like it's the jet. He's got the jet backpack,
on.
and he's like 40 feet ahead of you already because he literally just jetpacks.
He's
the
ready.
corner.
He hits a pocket
go,
of dead air and it sputters out for a second. But no. You guys find the road that he was pointing towards. It's a little tube that was cut out. So as you move farther away from the din of the docks, it gets a little bit quieter. And after about 5 or so minutes walking in a kind of eerie silence, you start to hear a loud, uproarious, like, just sound coming from in front of you. About another 5 or so minutes of walking, and you come into a very large area. In the center is a ring of people just surrounding two other people, a goblin and a halfling right now, that are just going to town on each other. They are full fists flying, feet flying. They are grappling and throwing each other. Every time one of them gets near like the ring of people, they get shoved back into the center. It is a full-on brawl fest. You do notice that there's people walking around wearing the little wooden boxes, and they're calling out, 5 on the goblin, 5 on the goblin, anybody, 5 on the goblin. And people are walking up, dropping 5 copper in the pot, taking a slip of paper from them.
So, I'm immediately looking for a way to cheat. Just letting you know. Can I use like a thief check or something like that to see if I can spot like a way to cheat?
Way to cheat.
I'm thinking if there would be anyway. It's kind of hard.
I'm
But
not sure that there'd be
He
much of a way
definitely
to
would look
cheat,
for a way.
or I don't know, enhancing the person that is fighting that you're betting on.
Yeah. I don't know if I have anything to do that one. I believe in Chirp though.
All right. Make the floor slippery. Yeah, something like that.
I want to cheat. It's like,
If you can find a way to do it stealthily, could be worth a shot. You join the throng of people, and you're watching this fight, and the goblin eventually takes the upper hand, sweeping the halfling's legs out from under him and getting on top of him, and just begins to pound on him. And the gnome, sorry, not halfling, gnome, taps out. He taps out and it stops. The goblin goes to throw another punch after the tap out, and his hand stops midair. And the referee, a incredibly tall, emaciated human, walks out of the crowd. The crowd parts around him. As he raises his hand, the goblin is lifted off of the gnome and set back down. He walks over and holds the goblin's hand up. We have a winner. And, you know, half the crowd goes, ah, and the other half, yeah. He looks around the crowd. Anybody for the next round?
Yeah, I'm definitely.
I'm shoving Chirp's hand up here.
He scans around and sees Chirp. It beckons for you to come into the center.
Yeah, it's definitely the Jets.
So you immediately jetpack into the center, and as you land, he gives you a small nod. Who will be this man's challenger? And, you know, after a few minutes of people like kind of, you know, like a little people talking to each other, a stone elf steps forward. He's much taller than you, but definitely lighter. And he steps up. He immediately takes a boxer stance. He's bouncing on the balls of his feet, throws off a couple of quick punches. You can tell he's definitely not new to this and may have some martial training.
Oh yeah, just don't. So my only question to them is magic, no magic. What are we? Fisticuffs only. What's
the tall
what's
human
the rule?
looks down at you. As this is your first fight, I will give you the rules. Anything goes, as long as it is something that you bring into the arena with you and it is agreed upon by both fighters. Be that magics, weapons, anything you wish, but it must be agreed upon. So he takes a step back and gestures for you two to come forward. The elf looks you up and down. What are we doing?
So I don't know about the racial. I do see obviously he has rock skin. So I don't know what kind of advantages it would give him.
Probably make
'Cause
him harder to hit.
So here's the thing though, is I can extract that elemental matter from people and take it and make them more susceptible to mine.
Okay. He's letting you set the conditions here.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, like, okay, I don't know. It's just one of those. I have scales. He's got his little elemental resistance thing. It's how far does he want to go?
He's left it up to you to this point.
I'll just say a friendly match to start it off. Like, I'm not trying to kill nobody. I just want to have some.
No magics.
You're
Very well. As you both back up and get ready to take your corners, I think that's what we're going to call it tonight, because I haven't eaten and I am starving. And I also know Ona said he had to go early, so.
Oakley dokley. I got to study for a test for tomorrow anyway, so.
All right. Well, you guys have a ship. You've got a crew. You've got a first mate. And Chirpin's definitely not going to get his ass kicked by a monk next turn.
Woo!
So, hero point across the board for everybody doing great. I'm going to give the extra RP hero point to Franklin this time. I think him bringing up his backstory with pirates was very good. And I like how he is treating Salivar with hesitation because of that. It's very good roleplay.
Dinner will be exciting.
Oh my god.
This is going to be fun. All right. Yeah.
There's gonna
Great
be
work,
drama.
everybody. The 24th will be the next session. Don't plan anything on the 24th or I'll be mad. And I definitely didn't
Aye,
almost
aye.
oversleep today, so that's fine. So, yep, 24th. Tomorrow, are you going to be on for normal stream time, Kick?
Yes.
Assuming you're not dying?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Then we'll be streaming something tomorrow. I don't know. We'll put it out on the Discord. And then I'm going to try and have Fallout Dust ready to play by Friday. So if you're interested in watching me die horribly in Fallout Dust, stop by. All right. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out tonight. Bye.
Bye.
Also, thanks, Vaughn Carlson, for stopping by. Bye.